Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. What'd you think of the little intro bit? Wasn't that awesome? I'd like to send a big shout out to Saturn28 who crafted that up and sent it to me. That thing is absolutely awesome and way beyond my personal skill level of videoing anything. So, we are rejoining Project AIRE on its approach to Mars. This is going to be the hairiest part of the mission because of fuel constraints, and Aero-Capture has now become entirely necessary, which means we need to set up Flight Computer to do a lot of dumb things and hopefully get the timing and the angle and everything like that absolutely correct, in hopes that we will not deorbit on our first pass, although that wouldn't be absolutely terrible, although it would be, because Flight Computer and getting all the setup and the panel redeployment and antenna deployment and stuff like that kind of depends on not being tearing through the atmosphere at hypersonic speeds. So I'm going to try to figure some of that out. I will probably cut that footage down just a bit, but it does look like that our approach... Oh, no, now the line is going that way. Where is Earth? Uh-oh. Okay, so yeah, Earth's over there. So it looks like when we're tearing through the atmosphere at, you know, like Mach 20, we will not have contact with Earth at all. Our current periapsis is a staggeringly dangerous 14 kilometers, but I really don't know how high it's supposed to be, so I may adjust it if I change my mind. And speaking of which, I'm going to take a quick save just in case. Alright, so let's maybe get Flight Computer set up. Oh yeah, what's my time? To periapsis is 1 day 13 hours 37 minutes. So what 1 day 13 hours, so probably about 1 day 15 hours is when I want to start setting my deployments. I should probably wait until we're a little bit closer. What do you say? Let's rein it in just a bit. So we'll jump to the time warp, and just to make things extra complicated, our M-Cell, the other Mars lander, makes its appearance in Mars SOI in about 2 days' time. Let me double check Kerbal alarm clock. Oh no, 1 day 5 hours. Great. So looks like this is not going to be a single flight mission after all. That's super awesome. So if it's going to be there in 1 day 5 hours, we'll be 5 hours away when we need to make that adjustment on the M-Cell craft to make sure that it can also aerobrake or Aero-Capture, and then hopefully aerobrake later on. I guess we really do not want to deorbit first pass because we will be on the side of Mars that does not have contact. We'd like to land on the far side. And that gets complicated when you don't have a fuel budget to work with, doesn't it? Okay, well then, let's speed this up just a bit. We're about 20 hours out. So nervous now. As if this doesn't work. Oh man. I so wish that the M-Cell craft made it here first, so that I could kind of test the waters with something that I didn't feel was nearly as experimental, etc. How close is 5 hours, I wonder? And how close is atmosphere, I also wonder. How close are we? 12 hours? Okay. That should be close enough to make... No, I don't want to warp there. God, no. I want to focus on Mars. There we go. Alright, so we need to determine our altitudes. And we do that by setting maneuver nodes and tugging on them a lot, because then we get, yes, that apogee. And that is still at 175 kilometers. That is outside of the atmosphere, and that is in 12 hours, 50 minutes. So we're going to use that as our target for setting up our flight computer. So we'll set our delay for 12 hours. Well, shit, 15 minutes? Dang it. Oh, that's way back there. 12 hours, 9 minutes. 12 hours, 50 minutes. The maneuver's in 12 hours, 9 minutes. So yeah, we'll just do 12 hours, 9 minutes. Set delay. Okay. So in 12 hours and 9 minutes, you're going to retract these panels. Retract these panels. Retract these panels. And these panels. And these panels. We will be out of contact at that point anyway, so we will not need our antennae. Deactivate. Okay, and now let me just verify that our other antennas are pre-programmed with targets. Target Earth, good. Target Earth, good. Okay, so now we need to set the reboot sequence for when we are outside of Mars SOI. God, that's 5 kilometers per second to do that, which 12 hours, 28 minutes. We're going to set it for 13 hours. Enter. In hopes that we will be in an orbit by then. At that point, we can activate this antenna. And activate this antenna in case we bounce off some relays. Oh no, I won't be able to turn on those panels. Oh crap. I need to deactivate one of them now, so that I can turn it back on again. I wish toggle panel was an option. Really, I do. We do have these static panels on the top, and maybe we'll be lucky enough to get enough juice from them. Okay, and also, just to make sure that we can get some atmospheric science, it's 12 hours, 10 minutes. Oh, man. What did I set our... No, that was minutes ago, so hopefully we'll be fine. 12 hours, 9 mic. Enter. Alright, let's go back, and at that point we're going to run our complement of sciencey things. Log temp. Come on. Dang it, can't click on that one. Record Petroversion. There we go. Log rads. Log pressure. Is that all of them? Did I get this one already? Record impact. I don't think I got record impact. And analyze telemetry. That'll be nice. And I think we'll go ahead and run that full complement now also, which is action group 10. It'll take a couple minutes to get there, but shouldn't be a big deal. No, actually, well, no. There's no point in running this. I know we've ran those experiments here already, right? Right? Okay, well, let's take a quick save. Go away, flight computer. I don't need you right now. Excellent. Oh boy. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and toggle our fuels, because we need to be facing to prograde to use this heat shield at all. Prograde, coincidentally, is straight down. And F you, flight computer, you don't get my avionics control this time through. You used way too much fuel on our Venus landers and everything else. It's just not going to happen this time. Okay, now, last quick save. And we're just going to go ahead and try to slam through Mars. Here goes. Yeah, there'll be breaks in our time warp as we collect our sciencey things. Okay, first that panel tucks away. Alright, never mind, flight computer, I do still need you. We're going to say 12 hours, 50 mic. Extend panel. Hopefully by then we'll also have connection. Set this delay back to 0. Go with flight computer. Time warp. Yep, okay, never mind. We have all of these sciencey things. Oh, hey, there's one we don't have. Gravity scan while high in space over Mars Midlands will give us 20 science. And 20 science collected. Perfect. Okay. Last quick save, I promise. I'm so terrified that this is going to go horribly wrong or that we're going to pile into the surface. Our periapsis has already increased to 23 kilometers. I hope that's enough. I really hope that's enough. Okay, M-Cell has arrived. Close alarm. Should we... okay, we have to jump to the M-Cell. Just for a second, I just need to see how long we have before M-Cell makes its pass. There it is. Switch to. Please don't glitch out. Okay. M-Cell's here. Excellent. A current periapsis of, well, it's not quite here. Oh, it is on an impact trajectory. That is even better. 20, 30 seconds or so until it makes... Oh god, way too much, way too much. Okay. Oh goody. Alright, well, looks like it's coming around the opposite side of Mars. So we need to adjust that this way until we get a periapsis. We're not going to go to 122 kilometers. It is in 1 day and 16 hours. So I will unlock the fuel for the RCS thrusters, and we'll get pointed loosely at that node. I really hope my delay doesn't carry over from the other. It shouldn't, right? Now that flight computer is much better integrated now than it was. Okay, well, now I have to double check because I'm terrified. Yeah, okay. 15-minute delay. We're just gonna inch this guy up a bit. We do have much more fuel to work with here than we do on Project AIRE. But it's still... man, just not enough. Alright, we just want to get that to, you know, I'll probably get it to about 5 or 6 kilometer, and then we'll turn to face prograde, which will inevitably bump it up some more. Maybe it'll bump it down. That would be bad. We'll figure it out, though. Again, this is another one where well, at least it's coming in on the opposite side. So this might actually have contact. I mean, it won't, because all the comms equipment will be folded. 13 kilometers. Perfect. Okay, and 1 day and 26 minutes until you get anywhere. That's quite nice. Where is Project AIRE? What? There should be another spacecraft here. Where is it? There should be 2, because we have an orbiter in orbit also. Alright, come on. Let's focus Mars. Okay, well, there's the telemetry. Where's the spacecraft? There it is. Whew. Okay, switching back. Alright. Okay, so then we will be there in a mere 7 hours. So we've got plenty of time to do this before we have to worry about the vessel. I am worried that 23 kilometers is too low. So you know what, for the sake of being able to translate laterally more efficiently, I'm going to unlock those forward tanks there. Yeah, just a couple of quick bumps on the RCS. Yeah, 38 kilometers. So, alright, here we go. I did... Whoa. Why is there nothing in Flight Computer? Oh, crap. Okay. I'm going to take a quick save, and then I'm going to reset up absolutely everything. Dang it, motherfucker. Alright, so let's focus Mars first. That's 7 hours, 12 minutes. That's 7 hours, 9 minutes. So about 7 hours, 10. 7 hours, 10. Mike. Oh no, I do not want to burn for 7 hours and 10 minutes. That was dumb. Okay. 7 hours. 9 minutes. Alright. I'll cancel that command later. In 7 hours and 10 minutes, I need you to retract. 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 Yeah, and then the antenna. Deactivate. Deactivate. And that's what, 7 hours 25 minutes. We're just gonna go for a solid 8 hours 5 minutes, because hopefully we'll be orbital by then and not on the ground. Activate that one. Activate that one. That'll be nice. Yeah, that's... Oh, and extend those panels. And that'll be that. Alright. Now then. Take another quick save. Just to make sure. Okay. Thank God. Whew. Well... Alright, everything is programmed that needs to be programmed. It's just a matter of feeling like 37 kilometers is still way too low. Let's pull that up just a bit. How about 42? 42 is a good number, right? It's I feel like it's definitely our answer to Aero-Capture to life and to a successful landing. I don't know why that keeps popping us out of time warp. That's very interesting. Well, nothing to do now except just ride it out. Oh wow. Whoa. Hello. But that is certainly a lovely picture. That might be our winner today. Let's get back into it. Alright. Come on, Project Air. You can totally do this. Wow. Rate of deceleration is something fierce. Alright, and there's the order to collect, bring in the solar panels and retract the antenna. We are already well, Mars is already blocking our signal back to Earth, so the next communication mission control we'll get from this will either be a successful orbital insertion or nothing at all, because we're splattered across the surface. I guess there's a third option, is that we skip off the atmosphere and fly back into deep space with no hope of really changing that. Oh boy. Alright. Sorry, this is going to take a little while because I refuse to use the physics time warp, because I'm absolutely certain that it will just shred this poor spacecraft to itty bitty bits. So, here's hoping. This thing was never supposed to Aero-Capture. This was meant to be a reentry only. But if I remember, I put a bunch of lateral fuel tanks on this thing and only put fuel in 2 of them and carried, what, 4 dud tanks through an entire burn just as completely useless mass. Alright, looks like we're getting some heating on the heat shield now. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. 70 kilometers altitude. Periapsis has started to fall a little bit. That's to be expected. Okay, using thrusters doesn't really affect that very much. The rate of descent has started to slow. Got about another 20 some odd kilometers to fall. Let's hope we get some serious braking here real soon. Alright, well, we're starting to get some effects on the heat shield. Those wings poking out just enough to catch some flame. Oh, come on, buddy, you can do it. Uh-oh. Alright, come on, pitch up. Keep that nose up. Keep that nose up. Beautiful particle effects. So we're just streaking across the sky at 6 kilometers per second. Keep that nose up. 20 seconds to periapsis. Come on. Yep. 5 seconds to periapsis. Come on, keep that nose up. You know, capture would be really great anytime now. Oh god, using so much fuel. We are captured. We are so far in orbit. Apoapsis is falling pretty quickly still. Still trying to fight with the nose. Apoapsis is just coming down to 16 million. But braking should significantly slow from here. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, I did not mean to do that. Come on. Last thing we need is for you to start tumbling now. Alright. We're on our way back up. 50 kilometers altitude. Apoapsis is at 9 million and still falling. 8 million. Well, 8.5. Come on, man. All you gotta do now is just make it out. I would be extraordinarily happy with a 7 million meter apoapsis. Well, it's going to fall well beyond that. 6.9, 8. Well, periapsis is still falling also, but it looks like our next pass will probably be the landing pass for our Project AIRE on the absolute wrong side of the planet, of course. Which is going to require some very delicate timing with the separation of the heat shield and the deployment of the airfoils, considering we have, what, a 15-minute delay? Yeah, well, I can't even tell you what the delay is, but it was 15 minutes when we were coming in. All of the queued actions, which, speaking of which, didn't I have some sciencey things queued? Oh yeah, 30 seconds out. 5.1 million apoapsis, but we are approaching 70 kilometers altitude, and our deceleration should be markedly slower by then. This is good. We're going to get some high atmo science. That's awesome, because I'm probably not going to have the wherewithal to try to collect it on the way back in. Now all we really need is for the antennas to deploy, and hopefully to have enough fuel to put this little guy in an orbit that doesn't crash, so that we can relay signal. Oh, yes! We've collected some science. We'll have to keep all of these until we have signal again. Micrometeorite, temperature scan, Geiger counter. Telemetry. That's a solid haul. And look at that, we're captured. I really don't think we're going to deorbit. We're probably going to fall maybe to 4.5 million at the best. But really, we're 85 kilometers. Atmosphere is like, what, 120, 125? I kind of missed it coming in. I was way distracted. But hey, we're on our way back up. And as long as our boot sequence goes, we got plenty of electric charge. So as long as that antenna deploys, we should be fine. What's this contract? Science data from space around Mars. Yay! That's 12 grand. That doesn't even cover the cost of this. But we've done some other things also. I think we'll be okay. Oh, thank God. Now, let me just check. Yeah, no connection. Okay. So, we're going to need to program the unfurling in our flight computer. We're going to need to program the separation of the heat shield and its related instrumentation into the flight computer. And we can probably go ahead and lock these fuels. It's really interesting how it's off balance like that. I don't think there's enough fuel left in this thing to rebalance it either. So the question really becomes, oh man, this thing's a little off balance too. It's got more nitrogen tetroxide than it does aerosine 50, and this has more aerosine 50 than nitrogen tetroxide. So who gets what fuels? Oh wow, that is absolutely fantastic. We did it, guys! We aero-captured at Mars! Yes! That's awesome! Oh man, and we are 1 hour to our apoapsis, and probably still at least a day from the arrival of our other spacecraft, which is God knows where. Yeah, coming around the other side. There it is. MCell, let's set his target. What's his time to periapsis? 1 day, 8 hours. Perfect. So we can totally adjust our orbit here to try to keep the transfer stage in an orbit. And then we can probably go ahead and land this thing before we have to switch over to MCell and try to do its landing sometime tomorrow. So, hooah! That was way more stressful on my end than it probably looked to all of you, but I'm super happy that this mission is not a total failure yet. It won't be a total failure until this thing splatters itself across the surface, because it's only got one parachute. It weighs 2.5 tons, and wings on Mars are as yet tested. And of course, even if all of that works, we've got these wheels. The dreaded 1.1.3 wheels of doom, which I have no idea if they're going to work. This thing probably should have warranted some in-atmosphere testing on Earth, but of course I just did none. I just looked at the center of mass and the center of lift and said, yeah, that's good enough. So, anyway, tomorrow's episode, getting this in orbit and deployed, and getting, hopefully, this part, just this part on the ground. This part can go away. I guess one last thing I just wanted to verify was that we're going to get our comms back up, which is in 47 minutes. Let's go ahead and time warp to that, just to make sure, because if this thing's stuck out of contact forever, then we're just doomed. Hey, we've got contact. How? Oh, we're bouncing through another satellite. This is perfect. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let's get all the things opened. Extend. Activate. Just all the things. Turn them all on. Turn on all the things. And that one, because hopefully this little guy's not coming back. I mean, to the atmosphere. And let's review all of our datas and get those things transmitted home, just to make sure. Review, review, review. Huh. Did we miss that one before, or? I guess we did. Which telemetry did we get? Rutrow. Where did it go? Review telemetry. I missed it. I'm dumb. Okie doke. And we'll go ahead and do a log visual and get the rest of this spacecraft booted up. Log magnetometer. Log radioplasma. And now we just gotta wait 15 minutes for all of that stuff to show up. It should be a very quick 15 minutes. Yep, and our panels are starting to pop. Excellent. We're going to start getting some of this electric charge back, though honestly I'm really glad for these super high capacity batteries. And I did lock all these fuels, right? Yeah, okay. Everything's locked. Good, good, good. Alright, antennas are out. Awesome, and we should have independent connection now. That's even better. But I think we have Mom to thank for all of that. No, it was the Norseman Mapsat A. Mapsat A Pro. Oh, I guess that is Mom. I never actually renamed it. But yeah, that should be our Mom probe. The Mars Orbital Mapper. So we can tuck away Flight Computer for a minute and start to radio. We don't need the gravity scan. I guess that couldn't be done inside the atmosphere. So we will transmit our pressure scan. Bing, done. Transmit, done. Micrometeorites. Transmit, done. 27 science, done. All right. 36 science, we can reset that one and reset that one. Perfect. Yeah, reset that one too. Okay, yeah, we've got the magnetometer and the radioplasma, and the visual observations have all been done before. We totally didn't need to bring those along this trip, but we did because I don't know any better. So, alright, I'm going to get this parked into a somewhat... Well, I'm going to get this half parked in a stable orbit. I don't think we have the fuel. Or rather, I would rather save the fuel for a controlled descent and hopefully to be able to get this into at least one more biome. Provided, of course, that it actually flies, which is fairly suspect at this point. But that's going to do it for us today, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And I will see all of you tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be bringing this little guy to his permanent resting place on Mars. So, which looks oddly like the sun at this angle with this cloud cover. That's weird. Anyway, alright, that's going to do it for us. Thanks, everybody. I do appreciate it. I will see all of you tomorrow. Till then, see you later.